Okay, let's take a look at another recent match that I played in which I did not play as well as my opponent, had much better dice, and therefore was fortunate to win. I believe there are 11 blunders in this match that you can see that I made. My opponent made only 6, but we're going to look only at mine. And let's start in game 1. And fourth roll, and I have a 5-5 to play, and the play that I make is to hit and escape with 21 to 11. Obviously, hitting and covering on the ace is correct. The XG preferred move is to make the 8 as well, which makes a lot of sense. You don't have terribly much to worry about with the checker on the 4. You bring 2 more builders in to try to knock off something. If you're lucky enough to get a bounce, you're almost certain to put a second checker up. I go blunder free until near the end of game 3 when I fail to throw the cube here. Even though I've got only 1 checker, the chance that it is going to be hit is pretty remote. I'm 80% chance to win the game versus a little under 20 for my opponent, and just wasn't paying as close of attention as I should have. The sequence of this was we went to here, we went to here, I throw the double 4s, which I played correctly, and then missed the opportunity to double from this position. Next game, I'm leading 5-1, and I've got 2 checkers that are more or less trapped back here, and I'm hoping to get a shot because I do have a strong board, and this would have been a better play, and this would have been a better play to go ahead and try to get those back checkers out, and also to give them some coverage out here. You're fairly unlikely to get pointed on, and having an ace point anchor isn't going to last very long anyway, so better to get moving. This is game 5, and I am leading 5-3, and I throw a very awkward double 4, which is forcing me to give up my 6-point prime and not enabling me to build any new points. And here's one where XG says, you need to clear the 6-point here. Keep your 4-point board, even though obviously it's a much weaker 4-point board going 5-2 than from 6-3. And you're still very likely to win as long as you can escape that back checker. So winning percentage with the XG preferred roll, 72.6. With the one I played, it was 68.2, although there are a few more gammons in it. Same game, we got into a weird hitting battle, and I have a 2-5 to play, and nothing great to do with it. Hitting on the ace point is right to put a second checker on the bar, but better to move out to the 18. Here, what I was thinking was if I got hit, I wanted to have a chance to anchor. This is a 5-3, and again, rather than moving the back checker, I'm trying to fill something forward, and should have played it like that, and not a wonderful situation either way, although pretty strong favorite to win even so. This game went on for a while with a lot of strange rolls, and red eventually makes the 2-point, and I'm in a very strong position, but then I throw double 4s, and obviously take 1 to move in, and I move the other 3 from the 7 to the 3-point. Better play would have been to give up the 5-point. So sometimes you have to be creative and not just make what seems like the obvious move. I can't give up that. Sometimes you actually have to give up that thing, and you retain a little flexibility if you keep the 7 point, and you don't have any at all if you move everything into your inner board and still have a checker out back. This is a 3-1, and I thought the hit was obvious. XG did not think the hit was obvious and thought I should have built a prime. Seems like reasonably good advice with the 2 checkers back here. And here I am leading 7-3, and I have to be honest with you, I was supposed to be delivering a package to somebody who came to visit, and I was trying to end the match a little bit early, and so I threw this cube thinking that I would go to 9, and my opponent immediately took it and threw it back at me, like so. So not an error I would make if I hadn't had a distraction. Here, and then I start throwing awkward things and being afraid to get hit. So a better move here would have been to simply make the 9 point. And the funny thing is I don't get hit in this game. There's the 6-5, and then I play 5-1, and then I still don't get hit, and then I still don't get hit, and then red throws double 5s, and then red throws double 4s, and then red throws double 2s, and then red throws double 1s, and then red throws double 3s. So what was that? That was 5 consecutive doubles to win the race from a pretty strongly disadvantageous position. I'm up 24 pips at this point, and that obviously all disappears with the 5-5. But 5-5, then 4-4, then 3-3, then 2-2, then 1-1, then 3-3. That covers a lot of ground, and by that time I am behind. And I do lose the race, and we go to 7-7. And game 7, which we do play after a quick break, was an extremely well-played game on both ends. And no doubling early, but finally I get into a position here where I can double and get the take, and so we're obviously playing for the match at this point. And then I get a 3rd checker back, and then I don't get hit here, which enables me to build a 5-point prime. And from here, it was fairly easy. I never did throw, like sometimes you want those numbers that are just going to be perfect so you can make this extra inner board point, and I never did throw one of those. I got hit, I came out, and things were actually looking sort of dire. Red throws 6-6. Then I'm lucky enough to throw an ace and a 3, and then I throw the 3-2. And eventually I throw a number that lets me escape and pick up another checker. And from there, it was a fairly simple thing, and eventually red does come in behind it and win the match. Thanks for watching.